You come.
And of the new district which came into being on July 2012. And since then it's been a path of development in all respects. And in this journey, the separation of the judiciary from the executive and establishment of district and sessions court and area on 12th August 2020, one can see was indeed a milestone. The district judiciary was functioning for nearly 2 years now, from temporary premises, and has endeavored, in spite of all the severe constraints, to bring about justice to the doorstep of the people of the district. Now, with this permanent court complex in place, I'm sure the people, especially litigants, will be served much better with this infrastructure that we now have.
Unquote. Therefore, as we witness today's inauguration, it is the righteousness and the sense of public duty that we must carry in our hearts as we move ahead to strengthen the dispensation of justice. The separation of judiciary from the executive is necessary due to the fact that certain functions must not be exercised by any one organ of the government. A system of checks and balances is necessary to be put in place between the pillars of democracy. And with the establishment of the District and Sessions Judge Court in East Jaintia Hills and the inauguration of this building, I believe that justice has been brought closer to the people, as Justice Tanku was just mentioning, has been brought to the doorsteps. In other words, justice has become nearer, cheaper, and faster. Also, disposal of cases has become much easier than before. The government of Meghalaya separated the judiciary from the executive has separated basically judiciary from the executive in all the districts of the state. And I'm indeed very proud that we have been able to complete this process ever since we took over as a government in 2018. We've worked on a war footing. We've collaborated and coordinated with the High Court, and we've been able to do this because of the kind of support that we received in separating the judiciary from the executive. On the 20th of August in the year 2020, in the presence of the then Honorable Chief Justice, Mr. Justice Vishwanath Somadev of the High Court of Meghalaya. Since then, it is indeed noteworthy to see that in this district, since 2020, a total of 976 cases have been successfully handled. We just heard Kongtakar mention about there are still many backlog cases, but I am extremely confident that under her leadership and under her guidance and the entire team here, these backlog of cases will be expeditiously dispensed of very soon. And the quarters for subordinate judiciary at Syllad was, as we all know, sanctioned on the 25th of March in the year 2017 for an amount of rupees 14.38 crores, where work started in the month of June 2017. And we saw the completion of this in the month of May this year. The Court of the District and Sessions Judge is now fully empowered to try both civil and criminal cases. And it has, I'm told, been conferred with the power of special acts such as the Motor Accident Claim Tribunal, as mentioned by Kongtakar, the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act, the Prevention of Corruption Act 1988, the Industrial Tribunal Act 1947, the Electricity Act 2003, the Waqf Tribunal under the Waqf Act 1995, the Special Court under the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act 2012, the Right to Fair Compensation and Transparency in Land Acquisition, Rehabilitation and Resettlement Act 2013. And today's day therefore becomes important because it also signifies the strengthening of the judiciary here. The goal ultimately is to see the court dispense justice in line with the constitutional values and frameworks at a very speedy, simple, and inexpensive manner. In line with these goals, the idea of a judicial infrastructure cannot be one that is static. And I've been saying this in many of my addresses. Rather, it should respond and adapt to the changes in the surrounding context. More often than not, location of courts, their professional surroundings, and access play a pivotal role in a litigant's decision to even approach the court. I believe that the honorable members of the legal fraternity would agree with me when I say that it is at this level that the foundational bedrock of faith between the citizens and the judicial system is established. In conclusion, I would like to state that the state government will remain committed to extend all the assistance and cooperation required to strengthen the judicial system in Meghalaya. And today's inauguration will stand as a testimony to that. We are also very much in the process of establishing the National Law College, as is the dream of Honorable Chief Justice of our High Court, Justice Banerjee, that we must establish this as soon as possible. And I'm happy to inform him that we are moving very, very fast in regards to that. And we hope that we will be seeing the fruition to this dream very soon. I also wish the judicial officers the very best for the endeavors ahead of them. I do hope that every one of you will fully live up to the aspirations and expectations of the people of this district.
Congratulations to all the residents, to all the people in this district for this wonderful construction that the state government has presented us with, and thank you to the state for this beautiful infrastructure. Let us make a new beginning today with the rather simple plaque that we have. I don't know if you've noticed that the plaque does not have any name, and that is how public duty should be discharged. It has to be nameless, faceless, not conscious of who is doing it and to whom it is being done. It's a duty and an obligation. It's not a privilege or a matter of choice. I hope that the two young citizens who unveiled the plaque will aspire one day to maybe sit in these buildings and go further ahead. The system is for the people, and we are transient occupants of office. Sometimes we are lost, almost drunk with the power that comes with the office. But as I say often, that this power is the conferment of a trust, which has more to do with obligation than with privilege. We are grateful to the state government for the wonderful infrastructure that we have in the short time that the judiciary has really been born and active in this state. As the Honourable Minister pointed out, it's remarkable that within 2 years of the separation of power, we today have such a wonderful building and a district and sessions court. As much as I must appreciate the building, but we must always remember that bricks and mortar don't make up an institution. The institution is really by the persons who man it. The state has done its bit by giving us this infrastructure. It is for us to show ourselves to be worthy of it by manning it appropriately. Courts in this country have a rather negative impression. The first is that the court is a place where people are punished. And the second, fortunately that's not true for Meghalaya, is that the court is like a black hole where whatever goes in never comes out. As to the first, I say that in the constitutional scheme of things, the court is the protector of rights. It's not a place where people are punished. It's where rights are recognized and rights are appropriately awarded and handed down to the deserving. As to the second aspect, I must say as the head of the family in this state that we are in a wonderful position. Pendency figures are about the best in the country, and no other state can compare with our kind of figures. And most of the older matters are matters which have been inherited from the time that there was no separation, and in respect whereof there are several anomalies which cannot be resolved. Several of those matters cannot be taken forward, and in due course they will die out of course of time, passage of time. As far as the High Court is concerned, must say that I've been very fortunate to have been sent here. I have a couple of wonderful colleagues, and thank God, when we have some fun, we have it in the confines of the Chief Justice's chambers. We laugh a lot, we joke a lot, and we get work done because we all think on the same lines. One nod from one immediately meets the approval of the two others, and many things get resolved over a cup of tea or coffee without any formal notes being exchanged. It's just a decision which is reflected as all of us are on the same page. I'm very happy to announce that in course of this month, we begin an exercise which should be an example for the rest of the country. We are having the functioning of the High Court audited by an independent agency for our faults and deficiencies to be pointed out, so that instead of brushing the mistakes under the carpet, we acknowledge them and correct ourselves as we go into the future. I promise you that the report will be a public document and open to anybody who's interested to take a look. On the same lines, I hope I'm not putting our Registrar General in a fix by saying that in course of this month, we would have been live streaming our High Court proceedings. We already have the virtual system operating in tandem with the physical. That has several advantages. Let us say a particular lawyer has just one matter in court and wants to spend the day with his wife. Why should he be dragged 20 miles out to the court? He may as well attend the matter on the virtual platform over 5 minutes and spend the day as he wishes. There could be another lawyer who may have broken a leg or may still feel vulnerable because of the pandemic and has the option to do matters from home. Equally, litigants don't have to waste their entire day to be able to be in court to see how their matter is being conducted. 5 minutes before the matter is taken up, their lawyer could give them a call, and from wherever they are, they can link in and be able to witness the proceedings. It saves a lot of carbon footprint. It saves a lot of energy and time. And more importantly, because we are in our infancy, we need more experience to develop ourselves. Young lawyers over here get the opportunity of seeing senior advocates from other parts of the country participate on the virtual platform. This by itself will raise the local standard and the aspirations of younger lawyers.